Alright, we are back, and right now we're seeing the combat gameplay footage right now for Frontiers. Alright, so obviously, and then Sonic got hit right there. Alright. Alright, so obviously these enemies are... Alright, so these are basically well, I won't say elemental enemies, that's just their shield attack. Which makes sense. So obviously now we're seeing that cool animation that Sonic does. When you chain your attacks, you do this cool slipstream attack and go for the final kill. Alright, and then you do that spinning kick attack, almost like a shoryuken. Well, not a shoryuken in a way, if you're using your fist, but with the leg. I don't know what that's called. That's pretty dope though. You know, you would think that Sonic, with all these flying kick attacks, you would think he'd be like basically Bruce Lee, which is fucking awesome, by the way. Yeah, because I just watched the Bruce Lee movie just recently, the other day. Classics, by the way. Like, if you want to watch classic karate movies, obviously, aside from Karate Kid 1 and 2, respectively, maybe 3 here, the Bruce Lee movies are always fucking classics. You know, that's the first thing I thought of right there. Look at that! I mean, look at that spinning kick attack that Sonic's got. That's fucking dope. Alright, now you're seeing other enemies here, or actually pretty much of a threat right here. Alright, so now you're also seeing the tornado attack, obviously, from Sonic Heroes, okay? You're not fooling anyone, SEGA. That ability's already been done already. I like the fact of bringing it back. It's basically the tornado ability from Sonic Heroes. Almost, this whole thing, almost the combat's exactly the same like Sonic Heroes. Like, these shielded enemies, you know, almost like Heroes, where you have enemies with shields, with those spiky shields, or regular shields. They can't be taken out unless you use the tornado attack to stun lock them and get rid of the shield, and then go for the attack using the homing attack or any other needs of combat, which would either be Thunder Shoot or using the Power Stone attack, or not Power Stone, but attacking with your power character. So obviously, I mean, these are pretty dope abilities right there. Now the gameplay, obviously, it does look a little bit stiff. I mean, the combat looks fucking fun and exciting, but it looks a little bit stiff. It's not fluid yet. So again, it's an early beta build, but other than that, you know, it looks pretty solid. I mean, I enjoy the combat, because the combat was going to be the one thing, you know, I was going to be concerned about the most, aside from the story, because if the combat is something we're not accustomed to liking, that's going to be a problem. You know, because if you're going to try to sell this game to kids especially, they're going to say, like, what happened to the good old days of a Sonic game where you just run and jump and go? Now you're going to have to do crazy combat here and there. Like, alright, I guess it's a new experience. Now, obviously right here, I saw Twitter yesterday that was trending that you saw the red cubes. And then Infinite was trending. And yes, Infinite was trending, but at least here it's justified. Because you would think, what other enemy is associated with red cubes? You would think Infinite makes sense. Because remember, in Sonic Forces, there's no guarantee that Infinite really died for real. You know, you could have easily you could have wrote him off, then maybe he could have escaped. Now, there is a possibility for that. And remember, Ian Flynn is doing the writing right here, and if there's anyone who can, who basically can fix all that and give Infinite amazing backstory and all that shit, there's no one than Ian Flynn himself. I myself also am a fan of Infinite also. You know, I bring him back in my game scripts. In fact, he does have a pivotal role in a lot of the game scripts, because he is that popular, and with the right creative direction, I can make him into a big deal. Because I honestly think he was a missed opportunity, just like Mephiles. Mephiles, by far, everyone's saying he's the best villain they ever created. However, he was nothing more than a missed opportunity. So for Infinite, I want to do that to him justice by giving him that role, you know, for that. And Malachi, my other new villain, you'll see basically shades of Mephiles in a way. You know, the darkness, the sinister tone, you know, the way he is, if that makes any sense. So that's basically like a homage to Mephiles, my own version of him. So I hope you all understand that. Alright, so now Sonic is now taking on this big Titan enemy, the one we seen in the trailer. Alright, that's pretty cool, I guess. Yeah, so... Alright, so the combat in a way makes kind of sense that Sonic could take down this giant Titan enemy. Obviously, it's not that giant Colossus enemy we saw in the first trailer, But it's pretty cool. Now you're probably gonna think like, is this what's gonna be the entire adventure of Sonic Frontiers? Fighting, you know, these giant ass mook enemies time in and time out again? Like, come on. Doesn't that still kind of tedious and monotonous? Well, yes, in a way, I mean, but if it's for getting collectibles like those crystals, then I can kind of see it. I mean, even Breath of the Wild didn't even make you do this much fucking farming and this much farming. I mean, they did have side quests here and there, but none of them were this tedious. But again, this is nothing more than an early beta build, so this could just be a small tease. Alright, so the whole point of attacking this giant Titan enemy is just to aim for its weak spot, which is his head. Alright, similar to how you take down a stone talus in Breath of the Wild. I see the similarities there. In fact, that's what, you know, in fact, this is exactly what I expected. These enemies are nothing more than Breath of the Wild bootlegs in a way. To take down that giant Titan enemy, it's basically the equivalent of taking down a talus in a way. You aim for the head. Alright, that's all I gotta say right now about the combat. I like what I'm seeing so far, but there's still a lot of work in progress. Let me know what y'all think, and I gotta get ready for work. Peace out.